Welcome back, everyone. My name is Emmy, and this is the channel Frugal Money Saver. Today we are talking turkey, Thanksgiving that is. We have like a little over 3 weeks to start getting this together. So I wanted to come and just share some really great money saving tips, simplifying tips, and ways to make this Thanksgiving your best one yet. So if you are new here, welcome. Click that subscribe button. And if you enjoy videos like this, please give this a big thumbs up. It helps Paul and I so much. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? I think that's everyone's question right now. This year will be undoubtedly a bit different than past Thanksgivings. I'm sure our gatherings are going to be smaller, and if we even gather with others outside our family. But whatever the situation may be, I wanted to give you some great money saving tips. But we're talking simplifying here. So the first thing I want to bring up is, how many people are you actually cooking for if you are cooking? That's the first thing. Figure out how many people. So you need to know your numbers. Like I said, it's probably going to be smaller than an average Thanksgiving would be. Number 2, make your menu. We're going to plan a menu that is relevant to our Thanksgiving budget. So if you have $50 planned for your Thanksgiving meal, then that's what we're going to spend, $50. If you have $25 for your Thanksgiving meal, then that is what we're sticking with. You need to have a budget for this meal, because what can happen is we go in to the grocery store and we just start pulling high-priced items off the shelf, and we end up with a $200-300 Thanksgiving meal, and that's really not necessary. It's really not. So you're going to want to make a menu from soup to nuts, and I mean that literally. What is your menu? What are your side dishes? Write it all down. If you don't like to use paper and pencil, I love paper and pencil for stuff like this. But if you want to put it on your phone, whatever you do, you need to have a menu right now. List everything, including condiments, spices. Get your recipes together. See what you're going to be making. Are there things on your menu maybe you can do away with that you don't eat, but you make because of tradition? I can tell you right now, Paul, what is the one thing that I make every year and you tell me don't make it?
That's a green bean casserole with some sort of mushrooms on it. Yeah, no, fail.
I knew he was going to say that. Every year I make the green bean casserole. Why? Because it's like a tradition. You have to have it at Thanksgiving. And my husband, every year I bring it out. And he's like, no one eats this. I'm like, well, our son does. But that's what I'm talking about. If there are things on the menu that you are creating, no one is eating, maybe we can not do that this year. Look over your menu. Are there things that you can do away with? Your great aunt's recipe for that Jell-O mold that no one touches, or whatever it is. Look at your list, simplify, and get rid of things that have not worked in the past, but we're holding on to because it's tradition. Number 3, before you shop with your list, because we're going to have a complete grocery list, shop your home. Look at what you already have in your home for your Thanksgiving meal. Are there dried spices you don't need to buy? Remember, you can switch out dried and fresh herbs. You can do that. You just use a lesser quantity if it's dried, but definitely can switch out. Do you have frozen vegetables already? So shop your home, your pantry, see what you have in the way to supplement your Thanksgiving meal. That's a money saver right there. Number 4, now you've got your list, you've crossed some things off, you've modified it with what you have in your home, you've gotten rid of dishes you don't want. Now, how about subbing out? In other words, you've always used Pillsbury crescent rolls at $3.50 for a container, always. What about making some homemade biscuits, which would cost a fraction of that? Or getting the store brand crescent rolls that are only $1.50 a container. Look at ways you can swap out items for other items that will bring your cost down. If you make your own stuffing, check the day-old bread racks in the stores. Grab a loaf of day-old white bread or whatever sourdough, however you make your stuffing or dressing, I know some people call it, and stick it in the freezer till the time comes. It'll be perfectly fine. You know, no moldy. I'm just talking day-old bread. But that is a huge saving right there if you make your own stuffing. Buy what is in season. Make your menu around what is in season. Do not decide you want to serve fresh asparagus, which is like $5 a pound right now. How about some winter vegetables, root vegetables? How about a tray of roast vegetables? Some sweet potatoes, some carrots, rutabaga. Roast them with some olive oil. What a wonderful side dish to your meal. Look at the vegetables that are in season and that are cheaper. Don't forget frozen vegetables as well. Frozen string beans, frozen broccoli, Brussels sprouts. These all come frozen, and they're usually flash frozen when they're picked. And they are a great economical alternative to fresh vegetables. So that's another way to save. Keep your eye out for sales on turkeys. A lot of stores, if you spend so much between like October and November, they will give you a free turkey or a free turkey breast. That's wonderful. But stores, as it gets closer, definitely put their turkeys on sale. So keep an eye out for those prices to come down, down, down. A lot of times they can become heavily discounted, and you always can take one and put it in the freezer for Christmas as well. So keep an eye out for those turkey sales. And again, if this is a smaller gathering and you're not having the people you usually have, how about an oven roaster? That's a great alternative. Or like I said, just the breast of the turkey. We like the leftovers, so we don't mind having it, but a lot of people are not crazy about leftovers. So that may work for you on a smaller budget, a beautiful oven roaster, Cornish game hens, or, you know, no saying you can't even have a ham for Thanksgiving. Whatever your family enjoys. So think outside the box and come up with a meal that will be delicious and perfect for the holiday for your family. Another one, keep your tablescape simple. Everyday dishes can be beautified by using beautiful napkins. Your centerpiece does not have to be a $50 bouquet from the florist. Something as simple as this. These two little apples came last year from the dollar store, and this beautiful little pumpkin, it lights up, came from the thrift store a year ago. So something like that seated in the middle of your table would be beautiful. Some pumpkins, just some little pumpkins in the center of your table. Remember, a lot of times less is more. So a beautifully set table is just a properly set table sometimes, if that makes sense. Some fruit and nuts in a bowl, which would also serve as part of the dessert, which would make a beautiful centerpiece. And then when you bring the turkey, you just remove it. Some flameless candles in the middle. It's just looking around your house and seeing what you can use. It really is about just being thankful for what we have. And lastly, number 7, look at what you can make ahead. Look at what you can make now that's on sale that you can freeze and not have to purchase later at a higher price. Are your baking supplies on sale? Can you make your pies now and freeze them? Can you make your mashed potatoes now and freeze them while potatoes are on sale? See what you can do ahead of time, because if you are doing the cooking, you want to enjoy the day just as much as everyone else. And I love to cook, so it's fun to be in the kitchen and have my family around while we're all doing it. Everybody has their little parts. And remember, always delegate, always ask for help. Somebody can set the table, somebody can wash the pots, somebody can make a quick dessert. Delegate, work together. Don't take the whole thing on yourself. So see what you can make ahead, because there's nothing better than the day of Thanksgiving coming and we feel like we are prepared and we are in control. So I hope this was helpful. What I did now is put together a Thanksgiving meal for 6 people that falls just below $25. Times are different this year. People may not have the money to put out on a bigger holiday. So I wanted to put this together for those of you out there that may need a low-cost Thanksgiving meal this year. There are ways that you can tweak this To make it more expensive, if you only want to use organic and whole foods, then of course the price is going to go up. You could take things away from this menu, you could add to it, but I wanted to show you that it is doable for under 25 for 6 people. I went and I got the prices off of Walmart. I figured Walmart is a universal kind of store because I didn't want to use my local grocery store because your local grocery store is not my local grocery store. And though prices around the country will vary according to Walmart's website, you will get an idea at least of what you will be paying. What I am assuming when I put this list together is that you have some basic food items in the house. Butter, some flours, some herbs and spices, things like that to help with the gravy, to make the cream of mushroom soup. Going on that assumption, if you don't have those items, butter, flour, some spices, it's going to raise your price just a little bit. So here are the items I put together for an under $25 Thanksgiving meal. The first item on our list is a 3-pound bag of sweet potatoes. Making your own sweet potatoes instead of buying it from a can just tastes so much better. I'm also adding a bag of marshmallows for 92 cents to put on top of the sweet potatoes. You don't have to do this, but it's just a little something extra special to make them a little festive. Another item on our list is going to be the no salt added cut green beans. And I'm going to say you should get 2 cans of those at 50 cents a piece. So that would be $1. And we're going to add those into the infamous green bean casserole. The next item is fresh mushrooms for $1.38. That will go into our homemade cream of mushroom soup. No canned soup for us this year. We're going to be making our own. The next item are the crispy onions that go on top of the green bean casserole, and they are $1.34. That's a nice little added punch of flavor, and it just dresses up that casserole so much. Next on our list is a box of cornbread stuffing mix for 82 cents. Again, I would get 2 boxes. People love stuffing, and it's a great accompaniment. We don't eat it often, and it's a great way to bulk up the meal without a lot of extra money. And you don't have to use cornbread flavored stuffing. You can use whatever flavor you prefer. Next up is a can of cranberry sauce for 94 cents. Can't beat that. You can get the jellied or the whole cranberry, whatever your family preferred. And when you serve it, you put it in a pretty dish and it will look so festive. How about biscuits? Everyone likes a piece of bread with their Thanksgiving meal, and I could not believe a can of 10 Great Value biscuits was 48 cents. That's another economical side dish. Now for the star of our meal, the Butterball Premium Turkey. Walmart has these on sale for 98 cents a pound. So if you get a 10-pound turkey, it's only going to be $9.80. As you can see, this one for $13.41 is actually 13.5 pounds. So if you don't need a turkey that big, then by all means, you'll be saving even more money on this item. And to round out our meal, a box of Snickerdoodle cookie mix for 99 cents. I thought this would be a great little dessert. You can serve it with a cup of tea or cocoa or coffee, and it is a perfect way to end your Thanksgiving meal. There you have it. Like I said, you can pull things from this menu. You can add things from this menu. If you're going whole foods or organic, then you're going to want to switch things up. I am going to leave below in the description box a recipe using the mushrooms for homemade cream of mushroom soup to add to your string bean casserole. my husband Paul's absolute favorite. And also for the sweet potatoes, it's as simple as baking them and adding some butter and marshmallows to them. And as far as homemade gravy, I will link in the description box a recipe for homemade gravy, or by all means you can buy a jar. You could even buy a can of yams if that sits better with you than making your homemade. This is just to give you an idea that it is doable. It may not be the perfect meal for you, but like I said, I did want to put this out there for those maybe who are struggling a little bit this year. You know we love you. I pray that this video, Paul and I, it was nothing but a blessing to you. Please leave us a comment below. Tell us what you make for Thanksgiving. What's your budget for Thanksgiving? What are you allotting yourself this year? Remember to keep it simple. Remember to keep your heart thankful. We love you so much. We wish you nothing but the best. Until our next video, we wish you blessings. Bye-bye.